Hey y'all, it's Becky coming at you today with a haunted objects video, and I'm extraordinarily happy about this episode because we are diving into a part of our history, and I should say we're going into the deep depths of the ocean to relive some of memories of a big tragedy in our history of the Titanic. And with the anniversary coming up, I thought this would be a great video. I'm looking at my screen because I have a list of facts here to read before we get into the haunted objects bit of the video. But I've been obsessed since I was little, not just because of the movie, but of Titanic and the history and the tragedy of this horrible incident that happened in our history. So I'm going to go ahead and read some of the facts so we can get a good aspect of, I mean, we all know about Titanic and we all love and just want to commemorate the people who passed away as well, and it's just so sad. And if you didn't know, Randy and I will be going to Ireland this year. I'm not going to give a date, but we're going to we're going to Ireland and Scotland, but we want to go to the Titanic Museum, so that will be a different discussion for the future. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and just read a few random facts so I'm not taking up the whole video time because my camera cuts off at 20 minutes. So, let's see. There was Titanic Facts to discover. 269.1 meters the length of the Titanic, which is 882 feet and 9 inches. The Titanic weighed 182... I can't talk. I'm sorry. Too much caffeine. 825 tons, the amount of coal used per day. So 825 tons of coal burned through the Titanic a day. 10,000, the approximate number of lamp bulbs. It says lamp bulbs, but lamp bulbs used on the ship. More about the Titanic. The passengers. 3,547 was the maximum number of people the Titanic could carry. 2,223 the number of people aboard, passengers and crew. 13 the number of honeymooning couples on the voyage. This is kind of cool. More about the Titanic passengers. 14,000 the gallons of drinking water used every day for 24 hours. 40,000 the number of fresh eggs in the ship's provisions, and then 1,000 the number of bottles of wine taken aboard the Titanic. And here we go. The lifeboats. 64 the number of lifeboats the Titanic was equipped to carry. 20 the number of lifeboats she actually carried. 28 the number of people on board the first lifeboat, which had a capacity of 65 people. That is truly sad. The first lifeboat that left only had 28 aboard when it could fit up to 65 people, a capacity of 65 people. The sinking. 6, the number of warnings of icebergs the Titanic received before the collision. This is really sad. 160, the minutes it took the Titanic to sink after hitting the iceberg, 2 hours and 40 minutes. -2 degrees Celsius, the temperature of the seawater in the area where Titanic sank. Their survivors, 31.6%, the total percentage of passengers and crew who survived. 53.4%, the percentage of who could have survived given the number of spaces available on the Titanic lifeboats. That just goes to show people back then are completely different than now. And it's just so sad that, you know, a lot of people just cared about themselves, and you would think you would go back with how more lives could have been spared. Anyway, I get emotional. It's just sad to think about, but it's a part of history we cannot forget. And that's why we do what we do, because, I mean, if we can get in touch with these spirits that need our help in order to make them move on, I mean, honestly, I feel like all of the Titanic ghosts are trapped. There's a lot of spirits trapped, and I think y'all can agree with me there. But anyway, so basically that was the survivors. The wreck, it says 12,600 feet, the depth of which the wreck of the Titanic lays. 18 meters, the distance that the bow penetrated in the seabed. 6,000, the approximate number of artifacts that have been recovered from the wreck sites. So those are basic facts of the Titanic. I'll do an introduction and then we'll get into haunted objects part of the video. At 11:40 p.m. on the night of April 14th, 1912, on her maiden voyage from Southampton to New York, the RMS Titanic struck the iceberg that would ultimately lead the sinking of the ship less than 3 hours later. At around 2:20 a.m. in the morning on April 15th, the Titanic disappeared beneath the surface of the Atlantic Ocean. A disaster that resulted in the loss of more than 1,500 lives, almost 2/3 of the people on board. Titanic Facts aims to tell the story in a comparison and clear way, and to help you keep the memory of this great tragic ship and all her passengers and crew, survivors and victims alive. And that's why we continue to share the story and remember the Titanic, is to remember the people out of respect. Alright, so since the facts part is done, I love reading about facts. That's my nerd in me. So, the haunted object, sorry, my cat knocked it over. I've been looking at these for a while now, but I was never able to go to the Titanic Museum. And I know Ghost Hunt Adventures did an episode of the Titanic Museum, and I really would love to go there. But I live in Texas, so what can you do? But one thing I thought was really cool is when they did when Titanic went down, what was it, years ago, when they went down, they pulled up a bunch of old artifacts. But what I found was cool, and I got it in the mail and it's haunting, are these. They sell as souvenirs. They brought coal up from the ocean floor from the actual Titanic, and I got a piece right here. And when I first got this, I touched it and it just sent chills down my body, because this is an actual piece of coal that was used aboard Titanic, and it preserved itself because the water's so cold. It stayed preserved at the bottom of the ocean floor, and for how many years now, you know, it's crazy to think about. But I want to do some more research on like coal and all that, but this is new to me. So I'm going to go ahead and open this part to read more about the piece of coal in here. So that's the coal, and I'm just reading the certificate of authenticity to you. It says, this coal was recovered from the wreck of the RMS Titanic during the 2000 Titanic Research and Recovery Expedition. Object weighs 0.140.10. The grams is 2,948.35 grams. Origin South Wales coal field, 6 Bells mine. But this is basically the certificate of authenticity, and on the back it has a copy of the paper of the Titanic and the survivors were rescued. So that is what came with this piece of coal. So now I thought that I would do a haunted objects video to see if there's anything that could possibly, because I know, you know, stones can trap energy. Maybe since this coal is so preserved, maybe it traps some energy of the souls aboard the Titanic. I mean, who would know? So I thought this would be an extraordinary haunted object if need to be. This would be the closest thing that we could ever get to and touch and see with our own eyes, aside of going to the museum and seeing, you know, artifacts. But the closest thing that we can get to, I feel like, that I could at least, is this piece of coal. So I'm going to do two different things today. I'm going to turn on my spirit box, and then I'm going to actually, I'm going to use the ghost radar. A lot of people don't use the ghost radar, but one of my favorite things is the ghost radar, because I find it very accurate as well, because I've had many cases where it's been accurate, for me at least. So I have the piece of coal, and I'll hold it up after I turn on the, I'm going to turn them both on. So hey, bear with me. First is the spirit box. Get this thing turned out. I need to change out the batteries on this, guys. I hope y'all are doing good. I missed y'all. Okay, let's turn this baby on. Ooh, that's gonna get loud. There we go. So if anybody wants to come through, I give you permission to use the energy. Our main focus is going to be... Let's do this to be great and different. Let's bring it in. It normally takes a minute. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to turn on the ghost radar. And then we will start asking questions. Volume up. And the ghost radar is on. Okay. Alright.
Billy.
How funny. Where it popped up, this was located. Is anyone there? I would like to know if there's anybody that is attached to this piece of coal from the RMS Titanic. It just said everybody. Who is here with us that's attached to this piece of coal? I'm so sorry that you had passed away. We cared about you all so much. If anybody would like to say anything, please come through. Use my energy, use my batteries, use anything you can. Please.
Every.
What did it say? Every. First it said everyone and then every. There were so many kids that passed away, but basically I just want to pay remembrance to all those who died. But if anybody has any words they would like to share with others, I give you, please speak through the spirit box. I know there was so many captains aboard, and it's just so sad how many children had to pass away, and you would have to cling to your mothers or fathers as a child. And how many men gave up their lives to basically help their wives and children survive. The water must have been freezing cold, too cold for the body to bear. How did you die?
Audience.
Basically, to me, it sounds, the ghost radar so far has said audience, every, and then everyone. So apparently, there's a lot of energy attached to this coal. I don't think it's just one person. I do think that there's a lot of energy. I'm sorry, was that a man that just came through? Was that a man that just came through? I'm knocking stuff over. Is anyone attached to this piece of coal? Sounded like it said water. Did you drown in the water? How did you die? Sound like a girl calling for help too. There's like so many. I feel a lot of weird energy vibes coming from this. I know this is haunted. I truly believe it is. I got goosebumps when I first got this in the mail and opened it. I felt truly sad though. Like, I mean, I keep it on my bulletin board up here, but... there was so much pain and death. And then just the sinking. I wonder how many passengers and crewsmen died near this piece of coal, like the engine workers, you know what I mean? That would shove the coal down there. Did a man just come across? I've heard a guy come through 2 times. Is there a coalsman who's attached to this piece of coal? Ghost radar one silent. What is your name? I heard Johnny. Was your name Johnny? I've heard a man come through a few times now. Was your name Johnny? Were you aboard the Titanic? Were you one of the Colemen? Sounded like you said hardworking or hardly. I'm getting goosebumps. That's a good feeling. I'm so excited. Is anyone here with us? I'm going back to reread on the radar what it said real quick. Readings. So far it said audience, products. Products, audience, every and everybody.
Praise.
Are you giving praise for us recognizing you today? Apparently, see, the spirits need to be known. We are here to help you move on. Would you like to say anything? I just want to let you know to the spirits that are attached to the piece of coal and to the Titanic sinking, we love you. We're here to help you. And if there's anything I can do, please just let us know. Let me know. I'm here to help you move on. Be remembered, not be forgotten. Well, it's gone pretty silent, guys. But if you guys want
Norway.
What did it say? Norway? Are you from Norway? Did you hear that? The speaker on my... It got really quiet. It sounds like the white noise. Is anyone there? Do you hear that? It was scanning and now it's still scanning, but it went to a white noise. Is anyone there? My speaker, like it's on, right? It should be scanning. But it went straight to a white noise after it said Norway. Well, this is really cool, you guys. I'm really happy about this piece of coal from Titanic. And if you guys want me to do more videos with this piece of coal, I know, like, I want to start a collection of artifacts. But I thought this was really cool to do and just to pay tribute to the Titanic and those who passed on from the Titanic and just remember of our history. But this thing, see, it won't turn off. Like, I'm hitting power. Something's wrong with this. It's still on. And I just hit the power button. Do you hear that? It's still on. So I can say that this object, I'm not going to debunk it, is haunted. And I think that is truly, I just think it's holding on a sad energy that can't be forgotten ever. Hear that white noise? This is one of the coolest things. I hit power. Look, it's off. And it's still doing that. See, I just turned it on. And then I turned it off. And it's still on. How weird is that? Anyway. Well, I hope you guys have a great day and a happy Friday. And I hope you all have a great Happy New Year coming, and we'll do some more haunted objects videos soon. My camera's about to cut off, so I hope you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe. We love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.